Welcome back to Jesus and his friends. We've been finding out about Easter, about how Jesus died and how he rose. This is our last episode. Now, to get your brains whirring, I want you to have a go at cracking a code. Have a look at this. To work out what this says, you've got to write in each box the previous letter of the alphabet to the one you can see. So if you see a letter B, you need to write the letter that comes before B in the alphabet. So before the letter B is the letter A. If you see the letter C, what comes before C in the alphabet? B. So you write B. If you see the letter D, you write C. If you see the letter E, you write D. If you see the letter Z, you write Y, and so on and so on. Why don't you pause the video here and have a go at working out what this says. Press pause. Did you get it? It's a verse from the Bible that says, God raised him, so that's Jesus. God raised him from the dead, freeing him from the agony of death. And then the book of the Bible it's from, Acts chapter 2, verse 24. God raised him from the dead, freeing him from the agony of death. Acts chapter 2, verse 24. So, in today's story, Jesus' friends know for certain that Jesus is alive because they meet him. Today's story is called Walking with His Friends. In this episode, we're going to hear how two of Jesus' friends met Jesus when they were walking down the road. Two of Jesus' friends were on the way from Jerusalem to a village called Emmaus. They were very upset. Remember everything that's happened. Jesus has died on a cross. Some of the women have said his tomb is empty, and they met men in the tomb who were shining. They met angels who said, Jesus isn't here, he's risen. But where is Jesus? Well, as these disciples were walking down the road, they met a stranger. The stranger was Jesus, but they didn't recognize him. Jesus said to them, "What are you talking about?" They both looked sad and gloomy. One of them was called Cleopas, and he said to Jesus, "Are you the only person from Jerusalem that doesn't know what's been going on there over the last few days?" Jesus said, "What do you mean?" They said, "Don't you know about the things that happened to Jesus of Nazareth? Oh, he was quite a man. He did so many things that showed he had such great power. But the religious authorities arrested him, and they sentenced him to die on a cross. We hoped he was the one, the Messiah, the one sent from God to rescue us. But it's been 3 days now since he died on that cross. Some women we know surprised us. They went to the tomb early in the morning, but when they got there, they didn't find Jesus' body. Instead, they met angels who said, Jesus is alive. Some of the men have been along, and it's true. The tomb was empty." Jesus turned to these two disciples and said to them, "Don't you understand? Jesus had to suffer before being raised to life." And then Jesus did an amazing thing. He went through the Jewish scriptures, the part of the Bible we call the Old Testament today. and he showed them all the places where it spoke about him and what he would do and how he would suffer and die before being raised to life. Eventually they got to the village where they'd been heading to, and they begged Jesus to stay with them. Jesus sat down with them to eat. He took some bread and broke it and gave it to them. At once they recognized who he was. They saw it was Jesus who'd been speaking with them, explaining that the Bible was all about him and how he'd come to die for them. They recognized that it was Jesus who was eating with them. But then he disappeared. These disciples realized that they'd been with Jesus, and they understood that they had real hope because Jesus had risen from the dead. When they'd set out on their journey from Jerusalem to the village of Emmaus, they'd been really sad, but now they were full of joy. They went straight back to Jerusalem. They went and found all the other disciples, and they gathered them together and they told them what had happened. They found out that Jesus had appeared to Peter, and they told him what he'd said to them on the road as they walked and how they'd recognized him when he broke the bread for them. The disciples had conclusive proof. Jesus really was alive. Now hopefully by now you're really good at this verse.
Memory verse, memory verse, memory verse, challenge! Memory verse, memory verse, memory verse, challenge! Ah yes, a memory verse challenge, woo woo!
Here it is again. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve. And it's from the book of Mark in the Bible, Mark chapter 10 verse 45. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve. Mark chapter 10 verse 45. Can you still say it now? Even more words missing than before. So today we've heard about two disciples who are on a journey. By the end of their journey, they had the treasure of knowing that Jesus was alive. Which leads me on to this. Why don't you have a go at this over the Easter holidays? It's something you can do with your family.
Hello adventurers! Thanks so much for joining me today. I wonder if you're up for joining me on a very, very special adventure today. You see, I've heard of a secret door that exists online, but it takes a code to crack. Now I've heard that in the local area there are 4 different clues to find. Will you help me on this journey? Well, like I said, they're around the local area. There's 4 of them. We're gonna have to search high and low. Oh, I wonder what's behind the door. Legend says it could be treasure. Or maybe a lifetime supply of ice cream. Who knows? Let's find out together. And as we go, I want you to come up with your own adventurer name. Something cool and daring like Dangerous Dave or Heroic Hetty. I don't know. Come up with your own name and let's get searching.
Over the Easter holidays, why not have a go at our Easter trail? There will be 4 clues all along the high street between Dowlais Primary School and Hebron Chapel. You'll be able to find the clues from Monday the 29th of March, the start of the Easter holidays, until Friday the 2nd of April. That's Good Friday. You'll need to find 4 clues. When you find each clue, scan the QR code using the camera of a smartphone. Use the clues to spell out a 4-letter word. why not have a go with your family? Be careful to watch out for traffic. If you solve the code, bring your 4-letter word to Hebron Chapel's front garden between 4 and 6 p.m. on Good Friday, that's the 2nd of April, and collect your prize. Have a go at that if you want over the Easter holiday. You'll find all you need by clicking on the link below this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great Easter.